Throughout history, some of the most beloved games were born out of happy accidents or unintentional discoveries. Whether through an experimental mishap or an unexpected outcome, these games have entertained millions around the world. Here are 10 games that were invented by accident but went on to become iconic in their own right. 1. Monopoly. Perhaps one of the most famous accidental games, Monopoly was created by Elizabeth Magie in 1903. Originally called The Landlord's Game, it was designed to illustrate the negative aspects of monopolies and the inequalities of wealth distribution. However, it was later modified by Charles Darrow, who simplified the rules and turned it into a commercial success. The game eventually became Monopoly, one of the most recognized board games in history. 2. Play-Doh. Play-Doh started as a wallpaper cleaner in the 1930s. A teacher named Joe McVicker discovered that children enjoyed molding the substance, and he realized its potential as a fun, non-toxic toy. In 1956, the formula was rebranded as Play-Doh and marketed as a modeling compound for kids. The rest is history, as Play-Doh became a classic toy for generations. 3. Tetris. Tetris was created in 1984 by Alexei Pajitnov, a Russian computer scientist, while he was working on a project for the Soviet Academy of Sciences. He was trying to develop a program that would test computer graphics when he stumbled upon the idea of stacking geometric shapes. Pajitnov's accidental invention became a worldwide phenomenon, popularizing puzzle games and influencing countless sequels and spin-offs. 4. Sticky notes. While not a traditional game, sticky notes became a tool that inspired numerous office games and creative projects. In 1968, Spencer Silver, a scientist at 3M, created a weak adhesive while attempting to develop a super-strong glue. This accidental invention led to the creation of Post-it notes, which later became integral in games that involve arranging and matching colored notes. 5. Scrabble. Scrabble was invented in 1938 by Alfred Butts, an architect who designed a word game by combining elements of anagrams and the game of chess. He initially played it with friends, and it wasn't until a few years later that game manufacturer Selchow and Writer bought the rights and marketed the game. Despite Butts' initial intention of simply creating a pastime, Scrabble became a global phenomenon. 6. Wiffle ball. In 1953, a man named David M. Nichol was experimenting with baseballs when he accidentally created the wiffle ball. The lightweight plastic ball with holes was designed to be pitched in a way that allowed it to curve dramatically. This invention became the foundation for wiffle ball, a backyard favorite that has provided fun for generations of kids. 7. Pac-Man. Pac-Man, one of the most iconic arcade games in history, was accidentally created in 1980 by Namco's Toru Iwatani. Iwatani was inspired by the simple shape of a pizza with a slice missing, which led to the design of the game's titular character. The accidental design decision to make a maze game with a cute, non-violent character instead of a spaceship or warrior helped Pac-Man stand out from other arcade games and revolutionized the gaming industry. 8. Jenga. Jenga was invented in 1974 by Leslie Scott, a British game designer, while she was living in Africa. The game started when Scott and her family were playing with wooden blocks she brought from the region. The blocks were originally part of a stacking game, but when they were rearranged, the idea of removing and balancing blocks became a competitive game. Jenga went on to become one of the most popular party games in the world. 9. The Game of Life. The Game of Life was created in 1860 by Milton Bradley, but its initial version was very different from what we know today. The original game was called The Checkered Game of Life, and was based on moral lessons rather than modern-day scenarios. Over the years, the game evolved, and today it is one of the most famous board games in the world, depicting a journey through life's decisions and consequences. 10. Beer pong. Though its exact origins are debated, beer pong was likely invented accidentally in the 1950s at a college party, where students began throwing ping-pong balls into cups of beer. While the game had informal beginnings, it quickly became a popular drinking game at colleges across the United States. Over time, it evolved into the version we know today, complete with official rules and tournament play. These games, born from accidents, have managed to captivate millions, transcending generations and cultures. Whether they were invented to solve a problem, by experimentation, or simply by chance, they show how some of the best ideas often come from unexpected places. These games have become an enduring part of our lives, reminding us that creativity and innovation often emerge when we least expect it.